Hey, what's up? Welcome back to the channel. It's Derek here. It's been a while since I made a video, so I figure why not, right? It's about as good a time as any. So what I'm actually going to do in this video is I'm not going to be doing any sort of coding or anything like that. I actually have something in mind. I have something I want to do. So I have a little website, right, for my daughter. She sells her products. And the idea of it is pretty simple, right? You can text her a message, and then in the response, you get the response back, and then you get a link to a website. You go there, you order what you want, you book for some appointment time and stuff like that. So pretty simple. Well, not gonna say pretty simple. The idea of it is simple, right? The part that's probably going to be a little bit more work is probably going to be the booking part, right? Because calendars suck. Time in general just sucks. So that's going to be probably tricky. So I'm just thinking about what I'm going to do. Anyway, so this video is not going to be about me coding. This video is going to be about me actually looking at what's available so that I could probably do the least amount of coding possible. And just in general, what's out there in terms of not just the APIs that I can use, the services that I can make use of, but also what is new in .NET, what is new in React, what's new in JavaScript in general, because those are probably what we'll end up doing, and probably tie that in with maybe Twilio and maybe SendGrid or Mailgun, which probably SendGrid, something like that. So it's been a while since I made a video, so I figure I'm gonna make this video and just let you know what I'm thinking about doing. So this is the plan, is the idea, and I know I always say I'm gonna make another video pretty soon, but the reality is you just got stuff to do. Honestly, I don't know how some of these people actually make videos like every week and post it. They must either not be working or something. I don't know, but the reality is making the videos and cutting the video, or not cutting the video, editing and all that kind of stuff is like time consuming. Unless your video is just talk, then really it's just talk. But whenever you have to add in code and you got to stop, you got to record all that nonsense, it takes a long time. But anyway, so that's what this video is going to be about. So let me actually start off with what is actually out here. So I know .NET 7 right now. Release candidate. Oh, okay. All right, so as you can see, I'm looking at this now, fresh with fresh eyes, about as new as you looking at it, and it looks like we are approaching release candidate. So that means we're a little bit away from releasing .NET 6. So I'm actually, maybe what I'll do is I'll wait for the announcement come November before I move forward with maybe the next work, because I want to start with the fresh batch of .NET Core. So perhaps what I'll do then is, instead of working on the back end, maybe what I'll do then is I'll begin with working on the front end first. So in terms of the front end, most likely what I'm going to be using is React. So I'm going to be using React, and along with React, I'm going to be using Stripe. So as you can see, I was looking into what exists, and it looks like it's probably going to be the path to go. So back to what I started with, right? I know I'm like all over the place because I'm just looking at this and I'm trying to think of what I want to do. So going from the beginning stages, right? So the idea here is simple. So someone has a phone number, they text some sort of message to the phone number. Most likely a Twilio API picks it up, right? And it recognizes that you asking for this specific thing, right? And when you ask him for that, it's going to respond and give you back something, right? So likely will give you back the link to the website to go order. When you get it to order, where you're going to be using React in the front end, you're going to be ordering the product, and then you're going to pick the time that you want the product to be delivered to you. So we're going to need some sort of calendar thing going on. So I got to figure out, I'm just going to write, I hate time, but so we'll see. I'll see if there's like a React calendar thing out there. So that's that. So I'm going to use that, and then what I'm going to do is I'm going to probably yeah, so that'll be that. And now once the person goes ahead and orders, right? So they're gonna order, they're gonna pick a time, but we got to make sure that they actually pay. So we got to wait for I guess we'll wait for the response back from the Stripe to make sure that it's paid. Once they're paid, then we'll officially create a booking. So maybe what we do is we'll create a time slot that's sort of held for, like, I don't know, a specific amount of time, and allow the person to be able to book that time. And if that time passes and they haven't booked, then we'll just throw them off. So what we could probably do is maybe I could introduce, or do we even need that? Maybe we can just do in one step process where if they order, they do the booking, all that happens pretty much simultaneously. And if that whole process, so the whole transaction doesn't happen, nothing happens. The alternative would be for them to hold that spot, and then maybe you can have like a Logic app or some sort of function app that will come and clean up those who don't actually, like the abandoned carts, right? So those abandoned carts can be cleaned up. So we'll do that. We'll get the payment back from React, because you never want to handle people's payments, let someone else handle that crap. So we'll do that. So we'll send that over to Stripe, get the response back, and then once that's successful, we officially book the person, and then that's pretty much it. And then I'll probably set up some kind of alert. So we'll probably use maybe a SendGrid. So the whole thing, the whole process for like someone coming to to buy a book or whatever, it's like, I don't know, like 10 minutes. No, not 10 minutes. It's like 1 minute, right? But to put all that stuff together, to write code to put it together, and it's some of the things that people generally don't understand. It's going to take a long time because you have to integrate all these pieces together. But so we'll get that done. So that's what I got planned. Have written nothing at all. Like I said, I'm barely just looking at what exists and what we can use. I know I want to use React. I'm going to use Stripe. I'm most likely going to use .NET Core, I'm going to use .NET. And I'm going to most likely wait for .NET 6, which means I'm going to just rely on doing the front end pieces first. Now the other thing I could do though is maybe if I chose not to use .NET, maybe I could use Node.js. But do I want to bother with Node and Express? I know, I'll think about that. If you have any suggestions, any comments on that, just let me know. Maybe I will do something else. Maybe let me know. If you don't let me know, then I assume you just love .NET, so I just go ahead and do .NET. Anyway, so that's the plan. Yeah, if you have anything to say, just leave it in the comments. This was meant to be a really quick overview of like what I'm planning to do, and most likely I will do another video within a week. I am going to try to hold myself accountable, and I'll let, like I said, I don't know how people do it. Those people that are doing videos like every single week, like that's crazy. Like I said, maybe that videos is their works. But anyway, so that's that. I'll see you in the next video.